Welcome to a new video, Chess Lesson 3. It starts with the d4, black play knight f6, then bishop f4, this is London system, then d5, then knight c3. This is typical Jobava London setup, right? And here, black will play e6. In this case, I will recommend you to play knight to b4, I mean creating a fork here, right, threatening to create a fork here. There are many ways to defend this fork, but the most common is knight to a6 move, and in this video we will discuss this line only. So after this move, my recommendation is to play e3, then he will play c6 move, kicking our knight back. And now here black has many options. One option is queen to b6, right? The other option is bishop to d6 or bishop to b4, pinning the knight, or the e5 move. These are the four variations we will discuss in this video. Let's start with the first one. Queen to b6. Black is threatening to take on b2 pawn, but my recommendation is just to play a3 because there is a trap here. Let's suppose black takes it, and that's a blunder because after knight a4, queen is trapped. The only way to defend the queen is sacrificing the bishop with a check. Now white is forced to take it. So black defended the queen. After this check, play the c3 move, and we are attacking the queen. This knight is defended pretty well. So queen is forced to move. After this, just play queen c1, defending this. Let's suppose black castle here, and then just play knight to c5. There is a discovered attack on queen, so queen is forced to move back, but he can't move directly back because this will be hanging, right? So he moved there, and after this, my recommendation is just to i mean snap this because queen can't take that. He will force to take with the pawn, and we have created a weakness there, right? So after this, just play, just develop the knight. And suppose he also wants to develop his knight forward, but that's a mistake. After this take, now this pawn structure also got disrupted. This is a isolated pawn. Now just try to attack this pawn. He will force to defend with the f5 move. And this is already +9 for white. White is winning here, right? So these are the trappy lines in queen b6 move. Let's suppose black play a bishop to d6. In this case, this is offered, right? So just take the knight and create a weakness of double pawn structure, right? So he might do the same. He might do the same with our bishop, but we will leave that and offer the trade. Suppose he takes that. Taking was an inaccuracy because we will take this, right, simply. And suppose he tried to attack with the knight. He is trying to attack on this pawn, then just defend this with the g3 move. He will force to go back, then place your knight there and ready to come here, right? Then in this case black will try to give the check, but defend this, and this knight is pretty well defended by the queen, right? So in this move, let's suppose black bring the knight back, then white can also bring his knight forward and attacking on this piece, the pawn. So this is also pretty much favorable for white, +3 for white, right? So these are the ideas in bishop d6 move. Let's suppose black can play bishop to b4, right? Let's suppose he play bishop to b4, pinning the knight. Then in that case, I will recommend you just snap this and create a weakness. Let's suppose he take, then he can also take this first, but after this take, just take. We have also the double pawn structure, but he has also double pawn structure. But our double pawn structure is not much of a difference. Let's suppose he try to attack our pawns, the undefended pawn, then just defend that with the knight. And let's suppose he bring his queen to attack, then that's an inaccuracy because then we can kick this knight. But let's suppose if we take that, that's a blunder because after this, knight is pinned. Knight can't move. Let's suppose he play anything, then just snap this knight. He will trade the queen. After this, white is pretty much plus 7.5. I mean, white is better in this situation. So, knight to e4 is also a move. I mean, attacking the free, isolated pawn, undefended pawn. But black can also attack that with the queen. I mean, he can also bring the queen first. There is a slight difference order, but you can defend with the knight. The same idea. He will again bring this, then just attack the knight. And if he takes that, pin the knight. And suppose if he unpin, then he will lose the queen. And suppose he take that, he will lose. So white is better. I mean, white is best here. Plus 7 already, right? White is a queen up. What to expect more? So these are the trappy lines in bishop b4 idea. Next line is b5. After this, white should play knight to f3, just a development move. And black idea here is just to pin this knight and I mean take advantage of the pin. This is the idea. So he bring his queen back. I mean queen to a5. That's an inaccuracy. And after this, bring your knight here, knight to d2, right? And then let's suppose black try to chop this off, but white should play knight to b3, attacking, I mean counter attacking the queen. But let's suppose he missed this and he chopped this. That's how he lost the queen. And let's suppose he wants to promote after this, then remember this is a check. So white can prevent this, but in that way white will lose the rook. But this is a pretty favorable position for white. I mean plus 6, because white is a queen up for a rook and a knight, right? So this is better for white. But white can also, I mean, defend the rook by playing rook to b1. In this case, black has a move, I mean the check. So prevent the check, but this is not a prevent. This is actually a sacrifice. He can again give me a check. But why we played this? We played this because this diagonal for our queen is open now. Now we can move the king. He will take that. Now we will bring our queen there and we are threatening to create another fork. Right? Remember this. So the only way is to play knight back, knight to b8, defending this pawn. Just take this. Now here, black can, I mean, give a check. Now white has to move back and this is forced to take, so he will take and then take that. Now white has a more attacking chances here because this pawn is weak, this pawn is falling, this bishop is looking at this. This is very, I mean, if bishop takes this, this will be taken, now this will be hanging, right? So there are many attacking chances for white here, and white is a queen up, right? So this is better for white. This is the idea in queen b1, I mean rook b1, if white wants to save the rook. But let's suppose black do not want to sacrifice the queen. That's not a sacrifice, I mean the blunder of the queen. He wants to save the queen. So he might bring it back in this move. Then in this case, our knight is attacked, so save the knight and preparing to come over here, right? But let's suppose black play bishop to d6, offering a trade. In that case, I mean just develop the piece, and if he wants to trade, just trade this. And this is a isolated pawn, I mean he can try to attack, but he can't play rook to a5, I mean h5 to attack this pawn because our queen is watching this. So he might try to attack with the queen, then just play queen to e2, I mean leave this. And suppose if he takes that, then white is winning a piece here. Black is forced to take, then this is a piece win, right? So this is the idea in queen to b8, I mean queen to d8 move, right? This is an idea. There is one more idea here. I mean what if black did not play, I mean do not push his pawn, instead he will bring the bishop here. In that case, just bring your knight back. I mean now this knight is pretty well defended, right? So he might, I mean, black might try to bring more pieces. Then after this, just play c3, attacking the bishop. Let's suppose bishop go back. Then white can take this, I mean, disrupt the pawn structure, kill the pawn structure, right? And then try to attack this free pawn. Then he's forced to play f5. And after this, black has, I mean, white has a trappy line here. Play a4. And suppose if he takes that, take that with the rook. The queen is attacked, so queen needs to move, and queen can't move very further because then this knight will be hanging because we have two attackers, right? So he will need to defend this knight, so he played queen to b6. After this, play I mean knight to c4, attacking this queen again. Now queen can move back. Let's suppose queen move back, then just play your knight to e5, I mean attacking on this. So black might come back with the queen defending the knight and the pawn, right? In that case, white should give a check from here, and if he defends this, sacrifice the knight, because if he takes queen, rook will be hanging, right? So this is, I like, this is a totally crushing position for black. Black is crushed, right? So white is winning here. These are the ideas in queen d8 move. But let's suppose black did not play queen d8, but instead he play queen to b7. He's still defending all of this, right? But here is an idea. Look at this square. This square is a forky square, right? This is creating a fork, but this square is defended by the bishop. So my idea is just bring the bishop there. If he takes, that's a blunder because that's a fork. If he move there, then take the queen. He will take back, and there are two attackers on the knight. So takes it, and this is a forced win. So white is a queen up in that case. So these are the ideas in queen d6. But suppose if you not want to play queen d6, then you can sacrifice the rook, right? And if he takes that, there is a discovered attack on the queen. Let's suppose if he takes it, then take that, the queen, I mean take the queen back. Now black will either take this or he can also take this. So let's suppose he take the f4. In that case, just play queen to a4, I mean attacking the pawn here and threatening a fork, winning a rook, right? So he is forced to take the, I mean bishop on a6. In that case, just take your, I mean queen takes a6, the bishop. Now this is defended, I mean this is saved. So bring the bishop back, and then there is a check, and then defend this with the king. So these are the ideas. These are the trappy lines in Jobava London system. So these are the ideas in Jobava London system. E3 moves. So we have seen many trapping ideas here. Thank you.